I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No, absolutely not. It's not a toy. You know that.
Do I? I bet it looks like one.
Yeah, well, it's not. Anyway, I need it to protect you, your sister, and Mom.
From what?
From bad guys, like on TV.
But what about the 8 kids who get shot every day by mistake? Their daddies probably thought they were safe too.
Where'd you hear that?
TV.
Yeah, well, maybe we don't believe everything we hear on TV.
Where do you keep it?
It's hidden.
I bet it's on the top shelf of the closet, under your sweatshirts. Is it loaded?
It's not. I keep the
In
bullets.
the boots with the red laces, and the chest beside the bed? I haven't found them yet, but I'm sure I can. You always told me to be curious. Remember when I found my Christmas gift? I'm a good climber, you know.
No, that's not what I meant. Look, I need to be ready if someone breaks in.
What about when it's just me and Mom? You taught me to be brave. I could use the gun to protect her.
No, Justin, I promise. I'll teach you how to handle a gun when you're old enough.
And what if I don't make it to old enough? I could get bullied and decide it's too much for me. It would be so easy with our gun.
Our gun? No, buddy. My gun.
But it is our gun. In our home. Happens all the time.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen. I'm always here for you.
But Dad, you're not always here.
Today, with seasonal temperatures, we should reach our normal high of about 82 degrees by this afternoon. Clear skies tonight with a low near 70. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow, sticky and humid with a high of 36. With the winds out of the east.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Can I play with it?
No.
Ooh.
You gotta tell me when. Ready? I'm live.
This is a watching, not streaming.
So what are we supposed to talk about this?
Oh, we're live.
I know, but we need to be recording.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Oasis Montage magazine talk show. I'm your show host, Carolyn. And I have a wonderful, wonderful show today. I have a wonderful, wonderful guest today. A lot of you know her. But before we get started, we're going to open the show up with a little bit of prayer. Let us do it. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we are grateful and thankful, God, that you've allowed us to make it here safely, oh God, on the Atlanta highways and byways, God. Father God, you're an awesome God. You're a great God. And Father God, there is nothing that we can do without you, God. And we are grateful, God, for what you have done. Father God, dispatch your loving angels around those that may need you right now. There are those that don't know you, God. And there are those that need to know you, God. Father God, we ask you to protect them, to guide them, to strengthen them, God. For those that have love losses, we ask you to give them condolences of your loving arms and embracing them, God, keeping them close to you, oh God. Father God, let's have a great show today. I'm claiming the victory in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Woo!
Amen.
Amen, amen, amen.
It's always good to have a little prayer.
It's always great to have a lot of prayer, girl.
Well, you know what I mean. A little ends up being a lot if you do it enough.
Yes. I wanted to share with you guys something that I've been watching all the stuff on Facebook and all the news and stuff that's been going on, and the extremities of things going on with Trump.
Oh.
The stuff that he's been talking about bringing segregation back. Have you seen that?
What do you mean? Bring segregation back.
He wants to separate the blacks and the whites. He wants the supremacy of whites. and to us not have any,
Well, you know that's not gonna happen.
of course not, because everybody's
But
mixed.
that's been said. I mean, it has
Oh.
been said, like literally been said.
It has.
Are you kidding me?
I'm so serious. He said for us to go on back to where we came from.
Well, you know, when everybody says that kind of statement, when they say go back to where you came from, I wish people would be educated enough to say, where do you think you came from? Where do you think you came from?
Do you really know where you came from?
You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes down to that kind of connotation, it's like, where do you think you came from?
It's a scary thing. But one of the things I want to talk to today is about, is segregation really, really fair? Is segregation really, really right? So before I get into that subject, and you all tell me what you think, I want to introduce my wonderful, wonderful guest today. As a matter of fact, if you all can see, I have 3 guests in here today. My first guest, your name is? Zoe.
That's
And my
Zoe.
second guest is?
Callie.
Zoe and Callie. How old are you, Zoe?
7 years old.
You're 7 years old. Oh, what grade you going to?
Second.
You're going to the second. And you are?
Oh, I'm 10.
You're 10. Oh, my goodness. And what grade are you going to? You're going to the 5th grade. Now, these wonderful 2 beautiful girls are here on the platform, and they're my guests because their amazing mother is here with me today. And their mother is absolutely amazing. And the reason I really, 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 really like her is because she's really, 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 really sweet, kind, wonderful. And she's an anointed artist. Is there such thing as anointed artist? Yes, there is.
Everybody
Okay, wait,
is
wait, wait.
anointed when it comes down to artistry. What?
Yes. This young lady, who I've learned to really, really love and adore genuinely because she's a really good, genuine person. A lot of you may not recognize her because she's in disguise. Like when you see her up and down the street, she's in disguise for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful lady I have sitting next to me, her name is Tabitha Duncan.
It is.
Tabitha Duncan is a performing artist. She's a recording artist, and she's from the group Cut Close.
I am.
Yes, she is. And if you all don't know the group of Cut Close, the group Cut Close is organized and produced by the wonderful Keith Sweat. Woo!
Yes.
Welcome
He's our
him to the
musical father.
platform.
Thank
Tabitha
you.
Duncan. Woo! Welcome, my dear lady.
Thank you,
Tabitha.
lovely. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to turn my phone on because I think I'm pretty noisy over here.
Girl. Echoing like a
Oh, I know.
big
so
dog.
I am elated to have you, Tabitha. You're absolutely amazing. The reason I really personally like you is because you are not just a performing artist of singing, you're a performing artist of acting.
I am. Oh, my
I
goodness.
know.
You know, I put that on my vision board.
Really?
I wrote a vision board last year.
Oh.
And I have been trying to get people familiar with how that works.
Okay.
I did a vision board last year
Okay.
of everything, every dream and aspiration that I've had
Wow.
within myself and my brain. And I wrote it down.
Really?
And I prayed over that joker. You know what I'm saying? You pray over it, you
How
watch
long,
it, you look at
How
it.
long has it been since you did that vision board?
It's been not even a year, really. It hasn't
Really?
Even been it hasn't even been a complete year.
So,
I just bought a whiteboard from Target.
really?
Yeah, and I wrote all of everything that I feel like I wanted to accomplish. And I will say that if not 90% of it is coming true, you know, girl, if you understood the feelings and emotions that I have when it comes down to realizing that everything that I put on that board is coming true, even though it's coming at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just coming like rain at the same time. I'm like, wait a minute, I know I asked for it.
Wait. Be careful what you
I
ask
know,
for.
for real, but I can't complain,
Oh,
you
I
know?
know.
I can't
It's
complain.
amazing.
All of it is a blessing, and it's just coming down at the same time. And so I have a whole bunch of situations that's lined up right after the other, and I'm like, what are the odds, right? And so I just welcome it and try to do everything that I can do. And if it's not within my power, then, you know, I can't really do anything about it.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
not going to stop me. It's not going to frustrate me in that sense. And so I welcome it all. I'm so elated
So
and
tell
happy
me about the
it.
things that are on your vision board.
Well, I had a wonderful car on there that was on there, and I took that off. I had acting on there because I hadn't been acting.
Really?
I had plays on there. I had movies on there.
Wow.
I had, this organization, MeBe, which is something that I have with my homeboy. He's my partner. His name is Ali. And it basically means motivate everyone by example. And we're trying to get that off the ground with exercising and, just trying to be better about yourself. And not just exercising, but it started off as exercising. And once you get your mind right and being able to implement exercising into your routine, that becomes a habit.
Oh, yeah.
And when it becomes a habit, it almost puts you in the vein of making everything else line up in that way. So when you dedicate yourself in that sense, it opens up the room for so many other things. And just getting everything to a point where it's starting to roll in my group, coming back out again and us releasing a new single and having more shows and being approached with so many different opportunities, even the radio thing, because that's on there as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I always had the knack for being a radio DJ. So
you've always wanted to be a radio DJ?
I did. I was trying to go to school for it, college for it, but it's like, I can't do the reporting side. The reporting side, I don't like getting on people's nerves, man. I can be knocking on the door trying to get a story. So I want to skip that part and just jump to just being here and just being able to deliver it in that sense,
Well, that's kind of cool.
But everything's coming true, all of it.
Yeah.
And I attribute some of that to you.
Well, you know what?
For giving me the opportunity.
I appreciate that because it was already in you.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to do a lot because you just got in there and you just came swinging.
Yeah, boy.
You were actually swinging, like at the door going,
swinging.
I'm ready for this.
Yes.
And
I'm so
what's
excited.
so cool is that your energy is devoted.
Yeah, try to be.
You're genuine. You're committed. You're just really, 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 you dive in there. And you give 100%.
Oh, I try to.
And you know what? You don't let your celebrity status stand in the way of your success.
I don't. See, I don't know what that means sometimes when people say that to me. Like, you're so down to earth. And I'm like, what have people been giving you? I have some sense of what that means, but, at first you think of it being a snooty situation.
Right.
And I know that people do get beside themselves when it comes down to someone giving them power. Anytime you get power from anyone, it's very, very hard to not use it against you.
That's true.
So when you give someone power, you almost is like, when is it going to be the time that you're going to use it against me? Because it's just such a powerful thing. It's to have control of. It's, when you give yourself to someone. So, yeah.
Tell me about your journey, where you started from, how you got to where you are today, and the struggles of it. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that want to be artists. They want to be singers and dancers and rappers and all this stuff in the industry. I think there's a lot of wants, and for them, they have a passion of it. A lot of them sacrifice themselves. They want it so bad that they don't care what it takes to get it. And I say that because me being in the industry, I could have had so much so quick if I'd have done the things that others wanted me to do.
I mean,
I feel
you. I mean, man, if I was to be very candid, you'd be like, Tabby, did that really happen? Because, people always put a certain kind of blanket on top of the entertainment business and how it's so out there when it comes down to the favors that you do in order to get into the business. All those things are true. Really? All those things are true. I can't say that it didn't have anything to do with my journey. That would be a lie. We and I have been in many situations that I wouldn't care to be in anymore. And so it's all a learning experience, all the stuff that you go through. But I guess I would be foolish to think that, that didn't happen to me in some aspect, because it did. And, I'm just trying to be in a better place where I make better decisions now. Right. But it is a part of the makeup of why I'm here right now. Really? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't look at it as an unfortunate situation because I learned from it. Oh, yeah. And that's why I'm sitting right here, We grow. But I was 18 when I left home. And so I was subjected to a lot of things. And
So wait, you left home at 18 years old. I did. You started at home, and have you always been singing? Were you at home singing?
Well, my dad, he's a preacher.
Oh, your dad's a preacher.
You're the PK kid. I am a real PK kid. My father's name is Bishop Willie Duncan.
Bishop Willie
Yes,
Duncan.
he has his own church, Revival Temple Apostolic Faith Church, and
Where are they located?
in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, in Indiana.
And he also has a Bible college called Muskegon Bible Institute.
Oh, wow.
That, you can go and get your theology degree and all of that.
Wow.
So, it was a very strict upbringing. When I left home at 18, I thought that I was going to be going to college like I should have with all my friends who graduated. And, I was supposed to go with my best friend. I was going to run track, and just, be the girl that, my parents wanted as a girl. But, my life, in the middle of me finding out who I wanted to be as I grew was kind of departing from what I know my parents probably wanted me to do, because I felt like we were just in such a very hard time with them putting down so many rules where it kind of kept us kind of closed off from the real world. So when we were able to face the real world, it was like, wow.
This is what's going on.
This is what's
We've been
going
missing
on.
out on
Man, yeah. It was like a whole bunch of color. I was like, what's over here? What's over here? It's like going to a candy store. I'm like, ooh, I want to try this.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It look good, but it don't taste good.
Right.
So there's a lot of situations like that you have to work through.
Oh, yeah.
And you can only do it when you're faced with it. It's kind of hard to prepare yourself for something you don't know about.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you just got to make the best decisions with whatever kind of situation you're in at the time. So when I left home, I was in a mind thought of I ain't never coming back. I mean, because it was so strict. We couldn't wear pants. We couldn't go to parties. We couldn't hang out with our friends, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So my life was very difficult growing up as a teenager.
Yeah.
And I went to a school that was mainly white, in the beginning of my existence, and then it kind of got a little different when I moved to Indianapolis from Michigan. And then I, was faced with schools that had security guards. I was like, security guards? And detectors, what is that, metal detectors? I was like, this is something out of, what's that, Mr. Clark? What's that one movie?
Yeah.
I was like, this can't be real. But, I've been in a lot of situations being young, and so my family is very musically inclined,
Right.
And
all of your family.
Yes, my family is very musically inclined, and we come from a very musically talented family, although I'm one of the ones that can't play. I'm not. Everybody else knows how to play.
That's not true, because I saw you play.
Well, I can play the drums, but that's not the piano. It's not. I didn't get time to, sit down and learn that from my dad. So when it came down to church and singing in the choir, we all sung in the choir, but it was kind of hard for me to ever sing leads because my sisters was like, you sound like a little girl. I'm like, aren't I supposed to be a little girl?
Right.
Do you want me to sound like a 40-year-old woman at freaking 12 years old?
Wait, so are you the youngest?
I'm not the youngest. I am in the middle. I have 7 under me and 7 over me.
7 over you and 7 under
Yes,
you? Your parents have 15 kids?
15 kids,
Shut
girl.
the door.
Well, not 15 kids, because kids is goats, but 15 children.
Really?
Yes, and so, the time that I got up in church and was gonna sing with the Duncan group in church on a Sunday, they told me sit down because I was too little. I was like, what the heck?
So you were a little petite person,
Whatever.
I
was mad than a mug, so I sat down, I crossed my arms, and I was sat back, girl. I was mad than a mug.
Wait, so out of all those kids, you are the only one that probably does have that strong of an attitude.
I don't know.
Oh?
I don't know, because it'd be hard to say that, because my mother she's
like that.
Oh,
Spunky.
She's something else. So everything that I get it honestly.
From her.
I get it honestly.
Yeah.
But my dad, he's a preacher, so I mean, come on. You don't think that he's got that gift as well? He has to be able to, in order to pull anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be that leader.
Yeah.
That pulls people in that like you. So I mean, I just tell my parents, I'm a preacher. I'm just not on a pulpit.
Right.
Mine's is on the stage.
There you are.
I try to promote positivity everywhere that I go, although they have their reservations about secular music. But if it's love songs, then I don't see anything wrong with secular music.
Well,
That's just how
God
I feel.
created love.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm here. So I mean, I know you wasn't listening to At the Cross in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking about something at the cross, where I. You know what I'm saying? You better put on something.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, maybe silence, because it's probably Stitchens, I don't know what, back in the day.
Oh, my Jesus.
So, I mean, just growing up, and, when I sat back and, the time they told me I couldn't sing, and I just, in my head, I could still see it. I said, I'll show you.
Yeah.
I will show you.
Yeah.
You just wait.
Yeah.
I had no idea that 20-something years later, I would be really showing them.
Wow.
Being the one in the family that actually got the shot.
Wow.
Out of everybody. I mean, you know, you always feel like you're special when you're young, right? Everybody
Yeah.
has this special feeling
Yeah.
to some extent.
Yeah.
If you know, kind of spend some time with yourself. I always felt like I was going to be something.
And you
so,
are. That's
I am.
amazing. So your parents may be disappointed because you're doing secular music, and they know you're talented and you're gifted. Your other siblings, how do they feel about it?
As far as the music that I do,
Yeah.
I think they all listen to secular music.
Right.
They don't really say per se to me, you know, how they feel. Sometimes my little sister Tama, she was like, you know, sister, I don't know if I ever told you, but I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of you for what you've done and what you're doing or whatever. He's like, you know, you got a shot, you know, you just keep it moving. And she had never told me that before.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, and so I appreciated that so
Yeah,
much because
yeah.
you do want your family to
You
support
do.
you. You
Most
know,
definitely.
but us growing up in such a strict upbringing, I don't even know if they understood, you know, what that would do if they were to show that kind of level of appreciation towards me. But, you know,
Right.
I keep it moving. You know, I love them still. Not to
Yeah.
say that we have any, you know, ill feelings or anything like that, but I don't think that they really think about, you know, what that would do if I did get some of that support that, you know, you want from your family, you know.
So do you go home often?
I go home whenever I get a chance. Usually it's on Thanksgiving or something like
Holidays.
that. Yeah, but I don't go to just relax and sit around much.
Right.
I got too much going on, girl.
You got a whole lot going
Yeah,
on.
and
So, okay,
thank
that's
God I have more going on
fast
because of you.
forward, fast forward. Tell me, after you left home at 18, how did you get involved? Key Sweat's group, Cut Close, and did that happen in Indianapolis, or you left there to go where to get that?
No, I left Indianapolis when I graduated in June 18. I didn't even go back home. I was like, man, I'm grown. I'm grown. I ain't go back home. You can't tell me what to do. I'm 18 years old now.
Right.
You know, so I left home then, and I moved and got a record deal because of my boyfriend at the time was working with Keith.
Oh.
Because he's in the industry as well.
Oh.
And so he's one of Babyface's best friends. And so he had a lot of connections at that time. And he hadn't really gotten out into the secular industry just yet. But he was working on some things. And so, you know, you got to pay your dues and maybe be the yes boy, go and buy some food or buy some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get
Just
in
to
on
get
that
in.
side, yeah. And so they worked themselves up the ladder with, you know, they got a publishing deal. It was a production company called HOP Productions. And it was their last names, really, that made the HOP. And so my boyfriend was one of those producers that helped me put the group together and tried to, you know, get the girls and had a place for us to record and help write, you know, and stuff like that. So it was cool in that aspect to have someone have your back.
Yeah.
But I had to figure out life for myself, and I needed that so I could have something for myself because all I was just his girl.
Yeah.
And I was like,
In the shadow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do that, homie. This is I'm too bright of a star to be just sitting here underneath the, you know, shadow of you.
Right.
And
So
so
did the
he
break
helped.
happen more for you immediately, or did it happen for him eventually? What happened first?
Well, I mean, I think in my brain it happened first.
Okay.
Because I had to get
Yeah.
to the point where I had to realize that
Get in
I
there.
need to do something.
Right.
Because being this is not it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized that I had to find out life for myself, and I had to create something for myself, and realize that it needs to be me, separate from everybody. I need to have something for me.
Yeah.
And so when I finally understood and branched off, it was no turning back. And so the relationship obviously kind of like fell off into the lake of fire and got burnt up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I needed to. It was time to leave. You know what I mean? So when I put the group together and got Athena, she came down from Kentucky to audition, and you know I already heard her demo tape, so it was a done deal with her. I was attracted to her voice immediately.
So you helped put the group together.
Yes, I put it together.
Really?
So,
You're the one that did that?
Yeah.
That is so cool. So
I gave
you
us
did
the name.
auditions and you pulled people in based on their auditions.
yeah, well, Athena was one of the first.
Okay.
So when I heard her, it was me and her.
Yeah.
Already, so it was
Right.
just we was looking for one more person because we wanted as few people as we possibly could have
Right.
because you know dealing with chicks.
Yeah.
Come on, man, I don't need no whole
nobody
bunch
clicks
of
and
mess. You know?
issues and stuff.
Yeah, so when I heard her demo, it already solidified the deal for me. Now it was just meeting her. When she came down, I was like, yo, she look like me. Like she dresses like me. Like, you know,
Y'all had the same vibe.
it was destiny. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be. She was
Yeah.
born for me.
Yeah,
So thank you
that's
very much.
cool. That's
And then we
cool.
had another girl that was, you know, didn't really work out and didn't fit. And so we had to get rid of her. And then LaVon called called the production company that we were working with, trying to get another group that Keith had, because Keith had another girl group that he was thinking about signing, but he was taking a long time, and they was like going and recording songs, trying to see if they could really, you know, be what he was looking for. And so I'm like, why is he taking so long? And so I told my boyfriend, once we get this demo together, you better take us to Keith. Take us to Keith.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's survival of the fittest up and through here. You know what I mean? No, you know, and one of the girls, they were my friends and stuff. But I'm like, no love lost or anything. It's just
business.
Hey, it's business.
Business.
And so when he took us to Keith, he was like, what they look like.
Y'all had to be divas or what?
He's like, what they look like. Now he just, I guess, you know, it's a marketing tactic.
Yeah,
You
it
gotta,
is.
You know,
It is.
I mean, you gotta live the part.
Yeah.
You can't have nobody that. I mean, anyway, we ain't gonna do it.
You can't have nobody busted and big.
I mean, pretty much. So, you know, when he saw us, he was like, and then he's like, all right, so we auditioned, we get up on it.
Oh,
We auditioned.
if you really.
He had us in there song singing with our noses. He's like, no, sing more out of your nose. And so we was in there getting coached by him in the way that we should do it. And so once we did that for a couple hours and came back out, he was like, I want to sign y'all. He told us he wanted to sign us the same day.
How'd y'all feel?
We were like, what?
Really?
Yeah, of course. We were like, what? I mean, he's like, I'll sign y'all right now. I'm like, come on. We need, you know, of course, somebody to look over the paperwork. But he made a decision very quickly.
That's awesome.
It is. And, you know, I think when we do tell the story, they didn't used to like for us to tell the truth about the story. And they wanted us to make it all, you know, fabulous and fabricated. I'm like, it is what it is. Yeah. But they try to teach you to make it a little bit more like
dramatic.
I'm like, it is what it is. I think it's a little bit more authentic when you understand the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? Come on, let's make everything
and a
in
lot
real
of it is
time in real
being
life.
at the right place at the right time.
It is, and that's when you know that it is for you. Your purpose, and I always talk about purpose. I will always talk about
Most
purpose.
definitely.
You have to figure out what that is.
Oh, yeah.
And when the universe chooses you,
it's
you
a
have
wrap.
to pay, yes, you
It's
got
a
to pay
wrap.
attention because there's a lot of people that can sing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that can sing
yeah.
curtains over us and you know under us and around the world. You know
most
what I mean?
definitely.
But I think the energy of the world chooses who they want to represent in a certain kind of way because a lot of people don't get a chance to stick around.
That's true.
Some people are just all right, one hits and they're out. Or don't even or come out and you don't even remember them for anything.
Exactly.
I mean, for my music and my songs that I've written throughout the years to be played 26 years later, I mean, come on,
That's
man.
a blessing.
Absolutely. And people still
then,
looking at us and want us to come and perform. The lady I was talking to, Renee, she's one of the ones. She was like, I just saw you at the Alabama Music Awards, and now she's calling me to...
Oh, that's awesome. You did the Alabama Music Awards this past weekend.
Yes.
Tell me about that. How
it was
that?
so fun. My group got a chance to perform. Just, you know, marketing tools. You know, you got to do what you got to do to put yourself back out there.
Right.
But K Chill, he hooked me up with his homeboy Zeus, and last year I presented an award, and so this year he called me back to co-host, and I'm like, you like me like that?
Right.
Like that?
Right. Hello.
And so I co-hosted it. It was a very pretty cool experience. You know, that was my first time, you know, co-hosting the show. It was me and Benny Mac. He was pretty cool too, and we had to feed off each other.
I think I know Benny Mac.
He's a comedian. He's a radio DJ as well.
Yeah.
And he was funny, and we gelled very well. I mean, but you know, I can pick it up when it come down to just matching with anybody. It's just really all about your swag and how you carry yourself.
Right.
So it was fun.
Cool.
I enjoyed it, and so I got a chance to dress up because
I saw you. You
Girl,
was just doing
you know
the
how-
most. Wait. I said, look at her red got it
My
on.
red was tight. It was tight,
Doing the
girl.
most.
I was very, very like, you know, I was like, oh,
Yeah. I said, this must be her photo shoot. Yeah.
It wasn't, but you know, I got a chance to dress up, even though I can't stand heels. I really can't, man. Walking in them jokers is not fun. Just for the sexiness of it. I'm like, yo, man, I even had to tell them, I was like, shout out to all the ladies who got on heels because walking in these stilts out here is not easy.
But you know, even walking in them, but performing in them.
Girl, I don't like performing in them, so I got to stick with the rubber bottoms. I'm not trying to be like Beyonce and falling down the steps, yo.
No.
That joker did a backwards V when she fell.
I don't remember that.
Girl, you look it up. It's all over YouTube.
Okay.
But she took a tumble down them steps that some people don't get up from.
Oh my Jesus.
But you know, it must have been done
You
one
know,
of the cars
because
for her.
I watched Mary J. Blige at the Essence Festival, and she performs, and she sticks to just being a singer. She doesn't try to be the performer, the Beyonce, the Janet Jackson. She sticks to just singing and not doing too many moves because she be wearing them heels. And she's like, no, I'm going to be careful.
Girl, I don't have time for that. In order for to get a good show out of me, we're going to have some sneakers on,
I
or
know that's right.
or some wedges that got some rubbers on it,
Right,
like
right,
rubber
right, right.
bottoms. I don't like the church shoes, man. Church shoes slip grip, and I like, but you know, I can work it.
Oh,
Don't you ever get it twisted.
Yeah.
I can slam out some heels and walk like I know what I'm doing,
Right,
like
right,
Halle
right,
Berry and Catwoman.
Right.
No.
So, when you do your shows, when you do your music and you do your performances, you put everything together or you have help?
Oh yeah, we have help when it comes down to the way that the show should be ran with the music and what comes next or whatever. And you know, our songs are very slow. We have very sexual songs, so we don't have a lot of upbeat songs.
Right,
that's,
right.
you know, but this song, this new song girl, that we got.
Wait, you got a new song?
Yeah, but
Okay,
you can't
so-
hear it yet because it's real new. It's like booty new, baby booty new,
super new.
baby booty
Okay,
new. We
so-
just did it on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yes, we did it on Monday. I just got the finished version last night, girl. I listened to that joke and I was like, man, this is going to be a
Hot.
smash.
Hot.
It's going to be a smash. It's
Yeah.
just something that, you know, makes you feel good. Everybody likes feel good music, right?
Of course.
Feel good music for any genre. Like Callie and Zoe, they were singing it in the background. In the
Really?
back, in the back of the car when it was, I'm like, y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And they haven't only heard it just a few times, you know?
That's
so
really
when
cool.
children like it and grown-ups like it,
It's a wrap.
man, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Oh, man, I hate you already did because I sure wanted Queenie to be right there with you when you go to the studio, my
Man,
niece.
yeah, but I told Queenie to call me so she can, you know, I can give her some pointers and we can write something together. I have this one song that, you know, I told her to work on because it's a gospel song.
Cool. Cool.
It is, and so the last time I talked to her, the first time I talked to her on the
Yeah,
phone, I sang it to her and she
Yeah.
played, you know, and so I want her to replay it for me.
Okay.
And so she was doing some stuff. I was like, you actually are good, girl. So I need to get with her and be able to just pull something out of her. I just want to sit down with her because she's good as well. And I want to do some things with her.
That would be amazing if you just mentored her. Queenie is talented. She's teaching herself to play the piano. She's teaching herself to play her guitar. She's been writing new stuff out there, and I'll be seeing her on Friday. But you coming to her movie release?
I am. When is it, girl?
August
Everything
the
is.
8th at the King Civil Rights Center at the Martin Luther King Center downtown.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
With her standing up looking at,
Yeah.
like she got off the train or something.
No, actually, that's their theme of the movie called Bondage. But Queenie is one of the documentary stories out of the movie Bondage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw a couple things on
A
your
couple
page.
of clippings and stuff. Yeah. So
I'm getting
and
mixed up,
now that I
girl.
said that, I want to do a couple announcements for everybody to know, and how I met you and what you're doing as a part of my announcements. All
right.
We talked about being at the right place at the right time. I want everybody to know how I met you. I happened to be casting for my up-and-coming production called Angel's Palace. And Angel's Palace, because of what's going on and the epidemic of Atlanta being heavy in sex trafficking, it's very, very heavy, that I wanted to bring awareness. And so somebody that you had been in a production with mentioned you because I was needing, a good, strong female.
That obviously can take a smack because this joker smacked me. This joker smacked me in this play, yo. You know what I'm saying? My babies was looking at mommy like, oh, mommy, did he just hit you and make you fall on the floor? When we were practicing yesterday for the play and that joker smacked me and I fell to the ground. They was like, oh, that's my mama.
I know.
Callie said, meanie.
I know. What was you thinking when your mama got smacked like that? He was mean. Yes.
She's like, meanie.
Yes.
I told him, I said,
Yes.
my baby's going
Yes.
my baby's gonna mount up on you and start pressing your forehead like Voltron, dude. Big time.
Right. So we're talking about my stage play that is coming on August the 18th at the Community Church of God in Macon, Georgia. It's at 555 Bethesda Avenue in Macon. It is on August the 18th. And we want to bring awareness so deep and so tough that I told him, Pastor told me, let's make the tickets extremely cheap, $10.
Because people need to get in there. And
They need to get this
hear it,
message. They
yes.
need to know what's going on because kids are being snatched up
don't even
left
say
and
that.
right.
I know. I mean, I have 2 little girls,
know,
and they
and-
are so beautiful.
And
so
these
you know,
2
I'm
little
sick
girls,
every day.
aren't you in my play?
Yes.
Yay! These
Yes, my babies are in the play.
And you know why I wanted these babies in the play? Because kids are getting snatched up as early as 4 years old. I was just in.
It's disgusting.
It's absolutely
I
horrible.
mean, I'm horrified, to be
It
honest,
is.
because Georgia's like one of the number one places for that.
That
sex
trafficking,
and
yeah.
kidnapping.
I mean, it's so bad that I've heard stories about, kids might go to the bathroom and somebody jabs them with a needle and they've been drugged and they snatch the kids and they're gone out the other door out
And
the
they
window.
shave their heads. Have you heard that?
No, I didn't know about that
And
part.
I live
Way
I'm
out
not
in
gonna
the
tell you.
boondocks.
I live way out. And there was a situation a couple weeks ago
Wow.
at the Mall of Georgia where a little girl went to go use the restroom and they snatched her up, drugged her, and shaved her head.
Oh, no.
Shaved her head to hide her.
Oh, boy.
So the family wouldn't have known,
where she is.
Yeah,
or
where she
who
was because her hair was
because she's
shaved.
differently. Yeah.
So one of them recognized, like, isn't that, and caught the people that was trying to take her
Oh, my God.
in plain sight.
Oh,
Just from going to the restroom, that just made me sick.
That's
Do you hear me?
infuriating.
They shaved their
How old was
head.
she? How old was
She was like 12.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, oh my.
It's crazy.
Boy.
And that's why it's important that we bring awareness, that these families and parents are aware of the fact that they don't care. As long as your child got something between their legs, they want that child to
Yeah,
make some
it's-
money off of it. They
It's
don't
so hard.
care.
It's so hard.
It's horrible. And so when Fabian told me that he had somebody in mind that could play the part of the madam,
Madam Shy.
she's the madam. So the guy she was mentioning that was mean and cruel happens to be her boyfriend.
Yes.
He is in charge of the Raw Palace, and his name is Raw. Robert Angel Walker. And you got involved with him because you were hoping that he would make you a star. He would really be positive in your life. And you got involved with this guy, almost like these girls who are being trafficked, hoping
Yeah.
that somebody will bring them out of the life that they're in, where they don't like home or might be dealing with abuse, to a whole new life and a whole new world. And you end up in his trafficking, and then you end up being the madam of the palace.
I love the palace.
All you wanted was a chance in life to be a star, and he promised you things, and then he took control and said, "You're gonna be my
advantage.
sidekick. You're gonna be my girl. You're gonna do what I tell you to do, how I want you to do it, and we're gonna run this palace for money." So that is who you are in the stage play Angel's Palace, and your man's name is Raw, and in the palace you have a whole string of girls that you have snatched up from bus stations
from
and
all kinds of
social
places.
media. You just getting kids from everywhere.
Dang, man, I'm a bad person in this play.
Oh, but you know
But
what?
there's a good point.
Boy, you come back strong.
I come back,
Yes, you
boy,
did.
and the comeback is real
Ooh,
good.
it's deep. It's deep.
It is good.
It is so good.
I think everybody should come and see this play because it's pretty enlightening in many areas.
Yeah, most
It's
definitely.
healing. I would say that it's healing.
Most definitely. You
Even
got
though my
some-
babies is gonna be like, that's my mama, and you touch her one more time.
Y'all was ready to get him, huh? I know you were, weren't you?
Zoe don't play
Zoe
now.
Zoe said, "That's my mama. I got something for you. Don't be playing." Oh, and those girls are in the play. And I know you're a little resilient at first about them being in here, but the fact that you wanted them to have awareness
Lord.
and for them to see that kids getting snatched up at all ages.
I know. It's just, it's almost like a double-edged sword when you have to teach your children that, certain things, before I feel like it's time.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
them
because
to
we
have
grew
to-
up that we didn't have to know it right now.
But it was some other stuff, though, that we were
True.
dealing with,
True.
that they don't do anymore.
That's
or
true.
supposedly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we all have certain struggles that we had to endure.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as a better era, except for when it comes down to slavery, because I know that I should not have been born in that era, because there's no way that I would have survived very
I'm
long.
telling you, your mouth would have been like,
girl, ain't
you'd have been
matter
like
of
a
fact,
Kunta Kinte,
I would have been
cut her
Nat
leg off,
Turner.
tongue off,
Girl,
everything.
no, I would have been Nat Turner. I would have been doggone Moses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm fighting it. I'm not
I would have been
gonna do
Harriet
it.
Tubman
Me
like
too.
a mug, yo. I
Me
mean, come
too.
on. I would have had a rebellion or something.
yeah.
Because my personality just
That's
don't
why
sit
you need
well
to
with
run
that.
for office.
I know they want me to run for office in Sugar Hill, and I'm like, man, that's gonna be hard.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I think your mom should run for office. And,
know.
and I'll manage you, girl. We will.
You gonna be my campaign manager?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
They want me to run for office, you guys, and giving me a shot to do that. I'm like, I have so much on my plate. It's so difficult to implement that. I don't know. I'm doing 3 plays, a movie. I'm trying to get cut clothes back off the ground, and I work, and I got children.
Children to
And
take care of. And, yeah, mentioning
I need,
about
like, the support system. It's got to be huge,
Yeah.
in order for me to pull it off. Not to say that it still can't be done.
Right.
But I think that it would probably bring awareness in a lot more ways if they were to get someone like me and
to bring a voice up.
Yeah, and it might be a little dangerous too because I do speak the truth.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's a lot of things that people don't want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a lot more woke than most people realize.
Oh, hello. Hello.
And I know people realize that I am, but I'm even a lot more woke than that. So when it comes down to the important things, I'm very strong-minded about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that people don't want to hear, or in a lot of ways that I say things that people are like, ah. I'm like, yo, if it's something that you have to cringe at, then maybe you need to hear a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because life shouldn't be a situation where you have to cringe at anything that needs to be talked about.
That's right.
It's a subjection of oppression when it comes down to we don't talk about that. Man, come on, man. You can't tell me what you don't talk about, what we don't talk about.
Right. And because you don't talk about it, you don't say anything about it, there are things happening to people and they find out who is talking about it and they get indulged into that. That's why the social media is like, are you aware of what social media is doing?
Yeah.
If they don't get answers from you, they're going to ask Google or Siri.
Somebody else or life, life is, even with my children, I have to be very candid.
Oh, yeah.
And what it is that I teach them.
Oh, yeah.
And I will not allow myself to be in a position where I'm teaching them anything that comes from fairy tales.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I teach the real. I don't teach Santa Claus. I don't teach the Easter Bunny. You know what I'm saying? I don't teach anything when it comes down to
reality.
Yeah, the fakeness of what people think certain things are. I'm like, yo, I'm going to be real all the time. Ain't no Santa Claus. You know what I mean? And so sometimes they'll go and tell their friends, well, you can't tell everybody that because some people are lying to their children.
Yeah.
And acting like there's a big fat man coming through a chimney with some presents, man. Come on, man. But so I'm very candid. I will always be.
So one of the other announcements I wanted to make is on August the 24th. There is a huge performance of Women's Shop Talk While Real Men Wait.
I'm in that too.
You're in
Shop
that.
Talk.
You're
It's another
in
play.
Shop Talk. Shop Talk is my life story survivor of domestic violence, and it's about 4 sisters. And you happen to be playing one of the sisters. And now usually I play myself, but I have Bridget Epps that's going to play me. She played me last year. And she's playing me, the beauty shop owner that's being abused by her husband, Clayton. Clayton's abusing her baby sister, Essence. He has Essence stripping. She's hooked on drugs, and she's suicidal. She has a sister named Rain who gets arrested for shooting the pastor. She has a sister named Destiny who has left the churches to go sing in the clubs because she thinks she's destined to be a star, and she's got jungle fever. She's got jungle fever.
Wait a minute. Could this be more real in my life?
You know what? What's so funny is when I asked you to take that part, I didn't know none of her life. I did not know her life was as deep and as
my life is
just like Destiny.
Just like Destiny.
Coming from the churches to the clubs.
Coming from the church to the club.
Wow.
Coming from, God never fails. I say, God. I come from that.
I was really getting into that, so why don't you finish that?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good.
But you say that, and you are good, because once it's in you, it's always in you.
It is.
And you just showed that by the fact that I got a voice of God.
Well, he's the one that gave it to me.
He did.
I mean, it's hard to say that there isn't a God when you hear gospel music, because it has such a spirit to it that nothing else can equate to it.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Whenever you question that, I mean, if you question that, look at yourself.
That's it.
You didn't do it.
It wasn't you. It was the grace of God.
So, I mean, God has given me the talent, but it's not for me. It's for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's for you to take for whatever healing that you need, because music is healing. Even the water obeys to music.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
The water obeys to music. Sit water right there and put some music on and see if it don't dance.
And it will vibe.
That joker will dance with it.
Yeah. That is so true.
Absolutely. It will dance.
It does. That is so true.
It has to. Everything bows down to music.
Oh, yeah.
And music is everything. I always say it's not just tones that makes you satisfied when you listen to it. It's the way you walk. It's the way you talk. It's what you're into.
It has a rhythm.
It's the trees.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's everything that needs time and space to exist.
That's right. That's right.
So it's huge for me.
Yeah. Your songs that Cut Close has out and that you've done in the past, what are the names of those songs?
Oh my goodness, girl, we can write a whole Harlequin romance novel.
I was looking at
we can Harlequin romance novel with all the titles of the songs, girl.
Because you're gonna sing some of these in the play, and so I was listening to them. I was like, I started Googling Cut Close. I said, wow, they did that. They did that. They
Lord.
did that. Y'all got about 6 or 7 songs out there.
We got enough songs that take you through some emotional situations.
Yeah. And when I was like, all really, really, do y'all know all them songs your mama sang?
Not all of them. They don't need to because it ain't for them, girl.
Have they seen your performances?
Yes, they've seen some of them.
Yeah.
I take them with me so they can see what mommy do.
Oh, how do
I
y'all feel
understand
about
that.
mommy and her dancing and her singing? What you think about it? Zoe, what do you think?
Good.
You think it's good? Okay, all right. What about you, Ladybug?
It's good.
It is?
Funny when she starts dancing, though.
What? That's not funny. How dare you? Mommy
Okay,
knows how
so
to move.
You guys are dancing in the play that your mama's in with my play. I saw you at rehearsal yesterday. Y'all was getting it like your mama be getting it.
I ain't even see that. I was outside on the conference call,
Oh, you
girl.
didn't see?
No.
I gotta show you the video. They were so
I was on a conference call.
good.
Then my battery died in my car, dude, because I was on that conference call for so long. I didn't even know that it was on that way. But anyway, that was a whole nother situation.
I know. I was like, what is going
I just-
on? Shut the door. So it was because you was on a conference call and they had the battery on, didn't have the whole engine on, and yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of
I
what
mean,
happened.
whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So your girls are in the play, you're in the play, you're in Shop Talk, and you are playing the part of Destiny, which is actually your true life story.
It is a very interesting, very eerie reflection, a mirrored image of me. I don't even know why. I don't believe in that word coincidence. It doesn't exist because it has no relevance as far as why things are.
Yeah.
It basically says, I don't know why it happened. It just happened.
It just happened. And it is being at the right place at the right time, because for you, you're casted in Angel's Palace, you're the madam, and then you are now casted for Shop Talk. And
Right.
so Shop Talk, what's so cool is we're doing Shop Talk for free. And for those that don't know, Shop Talk has started out in Colorado in 2007. I sold out. And when I sold out, people came on stage, they were crying, saying, oh my God, this whole world needs to see this play. This stuff is better than Tyler Perry. And I wanted to tell them, Tyler Perry really inspired me. He was right there and he told me, and I've been backstage with him and David Talbot and T.D. Jakes. And so I understood the industry of playwriting. And so, but because it touched the hearts of so many that were survivors of domestic violence, I took it on to every major city in Colorado. I took it on to Missouri and Kansas City. I took it on to Kansas. I took it on to North Carolina, to South Carolina, to Florida. And I sold out 2 shows even here in Atlanta. And I found that I have cast everywhere. And the people that have been in the plays, they've been traveling with me on their own dollars because they feel like, don't give my part away. I love this play that much, which is so cool. And there are people that from Shop Talk have made it into the industry, comedians and singing and dancing. And it's really great to see people do so much and get so much from just being in a stage play for the first time, and then to travel it. So for those who don't know, Shop Talk is going to be free on August the 24th. It'll be at Covenant Cathedral Life Church in Macon, which is at 4543, is it Bethesda? No, Broomfield. And it's Pastor Bob Honeycutt's church, and we're doing it free there. For those who have seen it, come see it again. Give us your reviews. We want people who haven't seen it to get your reviews, but we really want you to receive the message of life after abuse, because I'm a survivor. On top of the fact, this production is going to take us on a tour and into the movie industry. I was just elated when I was offered to say, Carolyn, do the play. We'll go see it. We'll give this money to put it on tour. We'll make it happen and turn it into a movie. Something I've always wanted to happen with Shop Talk. People tell me that Shop Talk is a series and they should have a Shop Talk 2, and everyone wants to know what happened to Reese and what happens to Destiny and Burgundy and Essence. And what's so cool is that your scene, you get to open it up with who you are, the way you do what you do, and when you do what you do, and it's going to be the bomb. I'm so excited about it because not only is it your life, it is you getting to be amazing and do what you do the best. It's all about you. You get to tell that white boy to get lost. I don't do white boys.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
And he says, I don't do white boys either. I ain't nobody's dog, but I believe in puppy love.
Oh, Lord. They're going to have me out there in all kinds of ways, yo.
Oh, and your
I'm
guy,
about
the
to be
white
a
guy,
schizophrenic.
you have a white guy playing a part. His name is Roy Coulter. and he's excited about playing the part, and he's been liking your pictures and stuff.
Oh, Lord.
And this is gonna be so cool. It's so great.
I'm glad she thinks it's going to be so cool. I'm like, wait a minute now.
I'm excited about how God puts people in the right place at the right time, because that part I saw in you, and not even knowing the in-depthness of your history, I said, that's her. And so I ain't even asked you. I just said, I just want you to know that I have cast you for this part because God showed me that's who you was. And you was like,
Yes, I was. I was like, wait a minute now. I don't remember it working like this. But it's definitely going to be a welcoming challenge for me.
It's going to be so
I'm excited
exciting.
about it. So anytime I have the opportunity to help and be a light, I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Because it's right.
It is. It's going to be amazing.
So obviously somebody needs to hear it
Yeah.
if I'm going to be in it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to have to make sure that they see it.
Oh, they are. They are. So that free show, we want y'all to come out in the dozens and the flows. I think the church seats 500 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's free. It's the only time it's going to be free. Shop Talk ain't never, ever been free. But
you
it's
got to
about
do promotional
the message,
things, and it's about the message. Yes,
Yeah.
Cut Close we do some free things sometimes too.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the messaging, and it's all about trying to get certain people acclimated to certain things. So you just gotta extend yourself in ways, and it's okay. Because we all got to sacrifice. And for me, there's no such thing as paying your dues completely. Because as long as you're alive, you're going to be paying some dues.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
That's right.
Until the clock stops on you. You feel me?
Tell me why you named the group Cut Close. What does that mean?
Well, Cut Close means a lot of things. But more than anything, it was basically because everything that transpired out of us meeting each other was so close and true for our being. And not just because it's, it does have some physical things that, of course, we're all short. We're all like 2.5 to 3 inches, between each other. But I'm the tallest, so I always give them
Wait,
my
how
flack.
tall are you?
Girl, I'm like 5'1.5".
Oh, I'm taller than you. I think it's amazing because I'm super short.
Well, guess what? Levon's 4'9", and Athena's 4'11", so I think they might be able to have some handicap
I have
stickers.
not met them yet. They are that short?
They are like little hobbits.
Really?
Yes, and so that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
And our vocals were just so close, and the harmony was like it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And our last names was BCD in the alphabet. We look very similar. We look like we're family.
Yeah.
It was just so many things that just was amazingly close and eerily so that there was nothing else fitting enough except for Cut Close.
So all the ladies, they live here in Atlanta?
They do
too?
not. At that point in time, they did not live here when they, called me. They was living in Kentucky and in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, wow.
And so they both came here when we got the record deal, and they moved in to an apartment that Keith gave us.
Oh, wow.
For a short moment.
Yeah.
And before we did that, we all stayed at the Hop House, which was the place that I lived with my boyfriend and his other producers and my homegirl, Pam. So that whole team helped Cut Close become what we needed to become to go to Keith. But we were everything was just Levon. She looks a lot like my family, and they all think that we're sisters. And it's just very interesting in how it came together. So it's cut close to the cloth or fabric that you possibly can be without being biologically connected.
Wow, that's cool.
But for some reason, just because of that name, we'd be cutting it close in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
cutting it close with time, cutting it close with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so it's a wonderful experience, and I do welcome the name. The name has power in it.
Mm-hmm. It does. So how long were you guys with Keith, and what was your experience with Keith?
Well, working with Keith is such a perfectionist, but it taught us a lot. It taught us, we were young. When I signed my record deal, I think I was 20 years old. 2 years out of high school, and then Cut Close was together about 5 months before we got a deal, which was a very short time.
Really good.
That's when you know what your purpose is.
Yeah.
The purpose of being and existing in this sense, the energy of the atmosphere in the world chose us. It was supposed to be.
That's right.
The only thing I can,
That's the only thing you can explain.
That's the only thing that has explanation for it. And so working with Keith was, it was very different, obviously, because this is our first, run of the mill when it comes down to the music industry. And he basically taught us how to survive a studio session.
Yeah.
Because he'll take one line of something and you have to sing it 1,000 times before he, and it might be the first line that he doggone use again. But man,
you gotta just keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, it was pretty interesting, and it was frustrating at times, and it was wonderful at times, you know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get rid of any of it because I wouldn't be who I am today.
Wow.
So when it comes down to, the respect that I have for him, I have a lot of respect for him, We all have been in situations that we don't like business-wise.
Right.
But it's not going to deter me to say that he would be a person that I hate. I would never be in that position.
Right.
But I love him for what he did for us and giving us the opportunity.
Amen.
And he taught us a lot, so.
So the fact that when you do those songs that's got Keith in there, is that something that you're allowed to still do?
What, the songs that we did with you?
Yeah, because those are your songs,
well, yeah.
right?
I mean, because Twisted, we wrote on, so you can't say we can't, write.
Yeah.
I mean, sing our own songs. So anyway, but you can sing any song you want to. No one can stop you from singing a song unless you're trying to get paid for selling that song.
Okay,
But we do sing the stuff. When Keith is not involved in the show, we sing it. I mean, why wouldn't we?
Right.
I mean, when it comes down to the songs that we did, we're on Keith's biggest hits of his career.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Nobody in Twisted is his biggest hits ever.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And probably will be ever.
It's amazing because I loved it, and I'm excited about you singing and performing in the 2 plays that you're in of mine, and you have a movie coming out. Tell me about the movie.
Yes, the movie's called Crack Baby, and it's basically what that says, Crack Baby, in every way. Everybody's on something. It just gives you a glimpse of what's going on in the world that you don't see.
That's right.
And there's always something positive to come out of that as well. So it's going to be on Netflix, so we're looking forward to that.
Oh, good.
It's going to be in about 12 or 11 episodes, something like that.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap the show up. As we close out, you know what I want you to do?
What?
Sing us out.
What am I going to sing? My voice is jacked up.
You ain't never jacked up.
Yes,
You're
it
always
is. Do you
ready.
hear my voice going in and out? And if I doggone glitch and freaking
You won't, because you were singing that gospel song like it was like right there. You're so awesome, Miss. Because we're going to close out with you. I just told I have to wrap up the show. But before I do, I want to thank my wonderful, wonderful guests. That's Zoe and her sister. Do you guys want to say anything before we close out? Do you want to shout out to anybody? Wait, I got to put you on the camera so everybody can see you. No shout out to anybody. You want to shout out to anybody? Anybody you can think of? Any friends? No? Nobody? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are on the show. I'm glad you guys are in my play. And tell me what you're doing in the play. Tell me what you do. Just about 5 seconds. What'd you do?
We dance. And, well, I have mine that he doesn't want.
Okay. And the lines that you have in the play are because you're running away from a mother who has been doing what to you? What were you complaining about? Something was going on with you in the play? Was it Tina doing something? Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay,
I'm just
we gotta wrap it up.
I gotta wrap it up. All right. So as we close it out, we're gonna close it out with you, Miss Deary. Give me something. We're gonna close out because he'll just go out immediately. And as we go out, I want to thank everybody for joining this show. And we're closing out with my girl. I see Ellie on there.
And I'm about to sing. It's time to say goodbye for now. We'll have our second time around. But before you go, there's something I'd like to say. Everything's not what it seems. And I'm signing off because I don't know the rest of the words.
Yes, you do.
I'm out. But
all right. Well,
appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Thank you all for joining the Oasis Montage Magazine Talk Show. And guess what? This ain't the only time you're going to see Tabitha. She's my co-host.
Oh, my. She just gave me another job.